Well, Tom and I are out. There's Tom, and the waves were at a high tide. Look at that pair of sunglasses right on the ground there. The high tide waves, it was a positive 7.5 high tide followed by a negative 2 point something low tide, which is in about 2 hours. So the waves have just been tearing some stuff up. This is my first approach out onto the beach, but this sand is about 5 or 6 feet lower than it always has been, and we're gonna hit it and see how we do. If you're new to my channel, I upload a video every Saturday morning, and I get out as often as I can, but sometimes I find cool stuff, sometimes I don't, but regardless, I have a good time. Hit that subscription and notification bell. Let's get busy. We'll see you on the first dig. First tone, 11, 12. I've walked 20 feet. Now it sounds like hell. Still a 12, 13 out of the hole. Sounds like a nickel. And it is. Look how crusty. That's amazing. I love crusty coins. At 12, 13. I just stuck a dime right there. So while I'm digging, I'm not sponsored by them, but when it comes time to buying detecting equipment and stuff, there's a lot of different vendors out there, but I've always for some reason just leaned towards Serious Detecting. It's a company out there, Serious Detecting, and I ordered something last week and I screwed up, and I realized a few days after I ordered it, and it was already en route. Still 12, 13 out of the hole, already en route when I realized it, but I was just really impressed with the customer service. And you know, I called and admitted I screwed up. I didn't try and blame them for anything, but they were on it, very responsive, got me all squared away. And check them out, Serious Detecting. They're really an amazing company to work with. Prices are equivalent to all the other ones that people use. Just wanted to throw that out there just because, I don't know, companies don't get compliments as often as they should. Serious Detecting did a great job. Nickel. Quarter tone and up, 30 and higher. So, since there are so many targets, I've got one right there, one right there, one right there. Since there are so many targets, I'm not going to live dig everything because it's just going to be a ton of videos to piece together, and you might fall asleep halfway through. So I'll do a few more live digs, but then I might just go to turn it on when I find something cool, and hopefully that'll be quite often. Quarter and mid-20s tone next to that low tone I just dug, which was trash. With all these tones, there's got to be some jewelry out here. Got to be. This is a dime. Just tones everywhere. I've been here maybe 10 minutes. So I will go to the plan I talked about, where I will turn on if I find something cool after this dig. Everything's shallow. That's kind of good. 1, 2 scoops at the most here. Mostly one. That is a copper penny. Is it a wheat though? Not a wheat. This was a 3-4 in the hole and an 8-9 out of the hole. Looks like I have my first piece of jewelry. Looks like it used to be a pendant of some kind. This was a weak 3-4 in the hole. Now that it's out of the hole, it's a strong 9. So in the event it's something gold, I'm gonna video it. I haven't looked yet. It's probably trash, but maybe not. That looks like the exact same thing I already found. Initially, I'm thinking electrical connector, but it has little stones on it. So this is another piece of what I've already got. Unless I dropped it. I don't think so. Let me double check. No, I got 2 of them now. That's so weird. All right. And Thomas has joined us. He's out there in the surf, seeing what it's like down there. Not a bad place to be. Tom's after it. This sounds too good not to video. 6, 7, 8. Gold numbers. Trash numbers. Every time I look over at Tom or Thomas, they're digging. Same with me though. I see something shining. I do. What is that? That would be a ring. All right, ring number 1. With this many targets, this won't be the last, I would hope. We'll get a good look at it later, clean it up. All right, I'm not going to waste any time. We'll keep going. Well, holy crap, I zoomed in, took a photo. This thing says 14K 585. We'll test that later at the wrap up. Make sure it's gold. Got another really nice low tone here. 9 to 11, somewhere in that window. $11 out of the hole. Come on, gold. I see something. No, that's a shell. Thought I saw something golden color, but nope. I have no clue what that is. We'll take a look later. All right, Thomas has approached. He's got a ring. And with the sting ring. 25, probably silver. Either that or plated copper, but the way this looks, it's silver. I'll have a still shot off to the side. Well, I got another deep 910 tone. Let's see if I can find it. Where'd it go? There it is. Kind of a faint tone, but maybe because it's deep, hopefully it's not shallow, then it would suggest something small. 10, 11. Come on, gold. I don't see anything in there. There's something right here. I think that's it. Is that a fishing weight that is worn down to nothing? It's got a little hook on it. I think so. I think that used to be a fishing weight. Crazy how long that's been in the ground. Another halfway decent low tone. 7, 8. We are just so busy. I love it. Look at all those digs. Those holes are filled, believe it or not. You can always see where we were, but yeah, filling my holes as always. 8, 9 out of the hole. Come on, gold ring. All right, I see something green and big. Ooh, that's a necklace. A crusty necklace. I'm probably not going to move it around. We're going to have a good look at it later and put it in the ultrasonic. Get it cleaned up. We'll take a look later. Wow, another great sounding low tone here. Solid 8. Solid. That's cool. A lot of times the trashier tones won't be so solid. Ooh, look at that rolling away. It's a ring. Love it. Heck yeah. That's going to be stainless steel. But it's a ring. Let's keep going. Well, Thomas just came up and he found this. And I don't know why my brain's kind of dying. I can't remember the brand name. Is that Gucci? I don't know. But it looks beautiful. Stones throughout. And the back doesn't look like the cheap jewelry where the casting mold you can see. I mean, that looks amazing. Would that ring up? 9. A 9. He might have something here. I just dug this tag up. It was a solid 8, really shallow. Looks like a stainless steel dog tag, but it doesn't have a phone number or a name. It just has a 5-digit number on there. That's it. And Thomas's opposing C earring that he found, I had said Gucci, but it's actually Chanel. And he looked it up. Those darn things are expensive. So he'll do some testing on it and see if he has anything really cool, or verify it's a Chanel, I guess. But anyhow, got that thing. Thomas is back. Yeah, but readings on the VDI with chains can't really tell you much. It depends on how it's laying in the ground. It's got markings on it. Usually these will say 925 Italy or something on them. It kind of looks to me like I can't focus in on anything, but I see a lot of stampage. You're probably in the wind. So that is a huge chain. Good job. Another really strong low tone here. 8-9. There's tones everywhere. Love it. But these low tones are just, these are the ones that get me excited. See something shining at me, I think. Yeah, it's some kind of a jewelry. Take a good look later, but it looks like it used to be a necklace pendant or something. Another low tone, lower than a nickel. Highest I saw, I think it hit 12 once, but most of the time it's 9 to 11. Oh, it sounds kind of funky. The heck is that, a screw? Yep, I got screwed. I haven't done a live dig on a coin target in a while, so here we go. 24.25 like a dime, copper penny or something silver, but they tend to be turning out to be dimes every time. And that's a dime. Well, as beautiful as the beach is, there's always stuff where you're like, eee. This is an eel. Think twice before you go swimming again. Look at the teeth on this guy. They're huge. Holy crud. Poor guy. The birds already got to him. Look at that. Gotta love a good cut. Alright, I got a 6-tone somewhere. 6-7. These conditions are unbelievable. It's been years since we've had these conditions. I mean, 2017 I think is the last time where it was, you know, get out to the beach as often as you can because it's just great everywhere. So this is awesome. All right, in the scoop. Ooh, I see a ring-shaped item. And it's a ring. Look at that. It's the right color too. I'm not even gonna touch it. It looks pretty crusty. We'll do this on the wrap-up. We'll clean this up really good and take a good look at it. Cool. Still going. I'll do another mid-20s dig. There are targets everywhere still. You could spend days out here and barely take a dent out of it. It is the greatest conditions. We're very fortunate. Another crusty dime. Alright, so I'm digging a trench going after like a quarter tone. And one of the times I set my coil off to the side and I heard a 9. So I decided to kind of sidetrack and dig this 9, and now I got something shiny in the scoop. Alright, let's have a good look at this thing. It's kind of cool looking. Alright. Well, the sun is down and there's so many more targets to get, but I think we're pretty worn out. Thomas will probably hang out, but Tom and I are going to bail, I think, which is really hard to do. These targets are just incredible. Anyhow, we'll see on the wrap up. We're going to head back to Tom's garage and polish up all these things. He's got a nice black silver ring that we're going to be polishing up, and we'll see on the wrap up. Stick around, it'll be a good one. All right, got more jewelry on my way out, I think. I haven't really looked too thoroughly at it, but it was a 7/8. 7 out of the hole. Looks jewelry-esque, I guess, if that's a word. It's crusty. Yeah, it's gonna be costume too, I would think, because it's got like a glass bead on the bottom. But anyhow, more jewelry. I am headed to the car. Wrapping up this amazing hunt. We are on the sand a total of about 4 hours. So we have Tom's loot, my loot, the combined jewelry, well, and more. So let's get to it here. So Tom has $20 in change. That's unbelievable. A video or two ago, I was in Palm Springs, Santa Monica, and I came up with $23. So to come up with 4 hours with $20, that's pretty amazing. Fishing weights, a full, well, I was going to say a full bullet, but never mind. That thing's torn open. That was a penny, one of the crustiest pennies we've ever seen. It's got a pretty cool looking earring. Costume, nothing special about it. And his trash. So, and oh, glasses. Those things are just so sand beaten, it's ridiculous. So Tom and his change is insane. Here is my trash. This is actually a bit that would hold a Phillips head or a flathead or a Torx or something in the end. You'd put it in a drill. Found that. Lots of copper screws off of boats. 1/10 stake. The typical trash. That I'm not sure what it is. I wouldn't think a dog tag would just have a number on there. There's nothing else on it. But that sounded amazing. I have about $10 in change. Got my quarters, my dimes, my nickels, my pennies, and then I have this Queen Elizabeth 10, I want to say 10 pence. Maybe I'm wrong. It says it on the back. I think it's 10 pence. And it's a 2014. My costume jewelry, this clump, I wasn't quite sure what it was. Threw it in the ultrasonic, and that's actually a watch band. So that cleaned up, at least to reveal it's a watch band, but it's costume, plated, gone. That cool looking thing, showing copper now on the back, so that's also costume. This was covered in crust. It's an earring. This is the last thing. I think I was walking to the car and I got that, and that is also just copper. This pendant, same deal, just copper. And these two things that are matches, they are also just copper. I've got a piece to an earring that would clasp it on there. I already talked about that. And this crusty necklace, it's copper. So lots of costume jewelry. So Tom, though, he found that black ring, and I'll put a picture off to the side. This thing, we threw it in only the polisher. It still has yet to be polished on the polishing wheel. But this thing turned out pretty darn nice. It is silver. That's Tom's find of the day, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. I like the change better.
He likes the change better. It's probably worth more, too. But anyway, silver ring for Tom. My rings, I've got a stainless steel, and this is actually a spinner. After fighting with it for a while, I finally got the centerpiece to start moving. So that centerpiece spins around. That's a spinner stainless steel ring. Sounded like gold. I've got this guy that is marked 14 karat. And the stones are blue. I don't know if those show up. But the stones are blue. I got pictures off to the side. This crusty thing, we only threw it in the tumbler with the jeweler's media for a little while. There's still a lot of crust buildup around the stone holder. But it's gold. It says something. I can't quite make out what it says, but it does say MEX, which is Mexico. But all looks that I do, it is broken. All looks, yeah, because Tom broke it, so he's guilty of that. But all looks that I do, this thing looks correct. So we've got the tester out. So this thing is marked 14K. Let's take a scratch of the metal on here. 14K. And this, who knows, maybe 10. But there's a scratch of that one. Off to the right, off to the left. And we've got our drip. We've got 10 karat, and I've got 14 karat out. So let's just start out with 14 karat. This is the one on the left that is marked 14 karat. Put the acid on there. The metal should not melt away, and that is staying. So that is 14 karat. The little ring. Put the acid on there, the 14K. It almost looks like it's starting to fade. Yeah, it's starting to fade slightly. So let's try 10 karat drip. Yeah, the 14K is disappearing, the 10K is staying strong. So I've got two golds this trip. I've got a 14 karat, and I'm going to call it a 10 karat. Might be 11, but that's a good hunt anytime you have two golds. So, I think I covered it all.
Yeah.
That's it. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.